Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your girl Galaxy Queen Star. So I finally want to complete this bar for bar breakdown with Cassidy versus GOODZ. I know there's a lot of other bar for bar breakdowns out there. I know Piper Boy recently just did his, but I don't care. I'm Star. I have my own way of how I do my bar for bar breakdown. Okay, I rap the bars out. Okay, I'm Star. I look better at doing it. All right, and I dress better than Piper Boy. Okay, so it is what it is. And another thing, before I start, I just want to say, you know, I hate it when people come in my comments. These are Cassidy cult followers, and they say, oh, you don't have to do it. This one did it already, or that one do. So what? Does that mean when the battle rap events come out and when other bloggers give their interpretations of who won, does that mean I can't blog about it and I can't give my recaps? That don't even make any sense. Okay, there's a lot of battle rap bloggers out there. Just because they do one thing don't mean I can't do my thing. You know what I'm saying? I have my own way, my own style of how I do my thing. So I don't care about what other people do. I just wanted to make that clear. All right, so here we go. Cassidy's third round. I'm too dope. That's why you angry, man. But after you choke, it's gonna be some mad bloggers and a whole lot of angry fans. You a bitch. You ain't a man. I mean, shit. Even Babs know I'm the king of the ring. That's a queen's flip. So I could tell that he's doing a blogger scheme. The next few blogs are going to include this scheme. Okay, so when he starts off about he's too dope, that's why you angry, man. Of course, he's talking about angry fan, the blogger. But after you choke, there's going to be some mad bloggers and a whole lot of angry fans. He mentioned his name. You a bitch, you ain't a man. I mean, shit, even Babs, we know Babs, okay, is a part of a league owner. Okay, no, I'm the king of the ring. We know king of the ring is actually a league name, and that was a Queen's Flip, and we know Queen's Flip is an actual blogger. Okay, next blog. You seem pissed. To get in the game, you battle over 15 years for 15 minutes of fame. I get the charge because I never lost yet. I won a ton of battles, but the footage hard to find like Norb's neck or your neck. This nigga fake, but hip-hop is real. I dropped knowledge, he couldn't drop gems. So I thought this was starting off to be a pretty good scheme, actually. This is an unbiased review, y'all. I don't have nothing against Cassidy. I'm just giving my truth and my interpretation of his bars. So I believe this would start off as a good scheme, a good blog. A bar, I'm sorry. So he's basically saying he's been in the game in that GOODZ battle over 15 years and only made it on 15 minutes of fame. That was an actual good angle I like. Okay, we know 15 minutes of fame is like a blogger. He's an interviewer for the battle rappers, and he goes out to the events all the time. Then he says he never lost. He won a ton of battles, but they're not on footage. He's saying, but the footage is hard to find, like Norb's neck. We know that Norb's is a blogger and a part of a league owner, and we know that Norb's is fat, and most fat people, it's hard to even see their neck. So I thought that was a good bar and also funny bar. Okay, so he says this nigga fake, but hip-hop is real. We know hip-hop is real is a blogger, also an interviewer who goes out to the events as well as 15 minutes of fame, and they interview the battle rappers there. And then he says, I dropped knowledge, he couldn't drop gems. So he's saying he dropped knowledge, which is information, or he could drop knowledge. Knowledge is the guy who channel is hip-hop is real. But GOODZ could not drop gems. You know how you drop knowledge, which is information, or you could drop gems, which is also information, or gems meaning information, G-E-M, or the actual battle rapper Gems, because GOODZ and the battle rapper Gems got into a fight, but GOODZ did not knock Gems out. So I thought that was a pretty good bar. Next bar, and this is continuing the blogger scheme. Your boxing skills trash. So I'll beat your ass, nigga. I'll box for real. You battle rap, so keep it battle rap before you get shot and killed. Most of the dudes that battle trap travel strap and cock the steel. But I let it fly like Vada. I come from Chopperville. So like as you can see, he's continuing the blogger scheme. Okay, he's saying that Goods better keep it battle rap before he gets shot and killed. So I wanted to make a notation because I'm seeing that a lot of Cassidy cult followers are coming on my page saying things like, how could Goods win when Goods had a lot of fake personals, and Goods took angles from when Disaster battled Cassidy. And I just wanted to make a point that battle rap general is fake. Okay, a lot of the bars that these battle rappers are saying that they got a machine gun, a gun so big, or they'll kill you, just like Cassidy said, I'll beat your ass, nigga, I'll box for real, you battle rap, so keep it battle rap before you get shot and killed. So y'all really think Cassidy is going to really shoot and kill Goods? This is just a bar, is a part of battle rap. So my point is that it's fake. Just battle rap is completely fake. It don't matter if it's personals. You know, most personals are fake. Some can be real, but a lot of times they'll exaggerate it so that it can be a fire bar and it can hit in the building. Alright, so I'm going to continue what he was saying. Most of the dudes that Battle Trap, you know, Battle Trap is another blogger. Travel, strap, and cock the steel is a gun. But I let it fly, let that gun fly like Vada. I come from Chopperville. We know that Vada Fly is another blogger. Next bar. Why you mad at shit? Because I had some hits and I cocked the steel? I still will sell some girl to a piper boy. I got lots of bills. He a veteran, but 3-letter man on my cock for real. I feel that nigga there should disappear, do a Copperfield. Now the crowd actually starts booing, because as you can see, he continuing this scheme for so long. Okay, this is already the 4th bar and he's still continuing the scheme. Okay, so he's talking about he'll still sell some girl to Piper Boy. Okay, talking about he a veteran, meaning Piper Boy is a blogger. He a veteran in the blogging game. Okay, of course there were you know, allegations of Piper Boy being, you know, cross-dresser and all that stuff. Then he goes, but 3-letter man is on my cock for real. Remember that infamous interview with 3-letter man and Cassidy? They got into it. Alright, and then he goes, I feel that nigga should disappear, talking about 3-letter man, do a Copperfield. And we know this guy named David Copperfield is a famous magician. Okay, so he's saying that he wish 3-letter man would disappear, basically do magic and disappear. But the crowd didn't like that. The crowd starts booing. Next bar. He's continuing again with the blogger scheme. Battle Truth a liar. That trainee rumor was not for real. Silly, but if I really see that trend, it's going to get popped for real. I feel how a monster feel. If I don't see food, I'm on a nigga tail squeezing shells. Lobster mill. Grady Hospital giving beds out. You uninsured, you could use your second half to pay the doctor bill. So Battle Truth is another blogger. He's basically saying Battle Truth was lying about him dealing with the trainees. And if he see a trainee, he'll get popped, meaning, you know, shot for real. Okay, he's saying that he don't see food. I'm on a nigga tail squeezing shells. He's on a nigga's behind squeezing, you know, shells, meaning squeezing a gun. And he said red lobster, because we know red lobster got to do with lobster tails, and he said he was on somebody's tail. Then he says Grady Hospital giving beds out. I don't like that he kind of referenced Loaded Lux bar, you know, when Loaded Lux said Harlem Hospital's giving beds out. So he kind of took that, you know, similar style when he said Grady Hospital's giving beds out. And Grady Hospital is a real hospital in Atlanta, and they're battling in the venue in Atlanta. Next bar. I'm hot for real. You are fans, Goods. Most will toast the metal, but the handle where I put my hand would. Damn, Goods, you thought I couldn't, but I can, Goods. I can, Goods will turn you into a vegetable. Can, Goods. So I actually thought this was a pretty good bar. Okay, of course he's battling Goods. These are a lot of Goods flips, name flips basically. Okay, so he's saying most will toast the metal, meaning most will toast the metal a gun, but the handle where I put my hand would. Then he's saying, damn, Goods, you thought I couldn't, but I can, Goods, meaning you thought I can't shoot you, but I can, Goods. And then the canned goods would turn you into a vegetable. And we know canned goods could be vegetable, you know, vegetable canned goods. Okay, we call goods food. All right, so he's saying that the canned goods will turn you into a vegetable. And when you shoot somebody, battle rappers call a can a gun. They refer to a can as a gun. And when you shoot somebody, you can either kill somebody or turn that person into a paraplegic, somebody who's, emancipated or who's handicapped, basically. Okay, and when somebody's handicapped and they confined to a wheelchair, they could be in a state of a vegetable. So I thought that was a nice bar. Next bar. I'm 5,001-0, so nobody won more battles than me. Before my battle with free, battle rappers battle for free. Fans travel to see the hustler still. This nigga still ain't do nothing. Still no production or publishing deals. Still don't know the feeling of touching a meal. I thought this was a pretty nice angle. Okay, so he's claiming that he got 5,001-0 and that nobody battled more than him. His battle with Free, he means Freeway, okay, who's a rapper. He's saying he battled Freeway and when battle rappers was battling for free. Okay, so he's basically saying that since he battled Freeway and got money for it, he started the wave of other battle rappers getting money. Okay, so he's saying that fans travel to see the hustler. He called himself the hustler. Remember that song, I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler, homie. Okay, then he's talking about goods. This nigga ain't do nothing. He don't got no production or publishing deals. I thought that was a nice angle. Still don't know the feeling of touching a mill. A mill could be touching a millimeter gun or touching $1 million, I believe what he was referring to. Like you don't know how it feels to touch $1 million. Next bar. A couple of his battles did a couple of mil, but the struggle is real. You a fraud. When was you in trial? Other than that charge as a juvenile, you never been in trouble for real. You struggle rap, not because you was in a struggle for real. He struggle rap because his raps, I got to struggle to feel. I thought that was a pretty nice angle. Okay, he's saying that, he's really been in the streets, A couple of his battles did a couple of mil, meaning a couple of GOODZ battles may have did a couple of mil, just 1 million views, but that's difference between getting $1 million cash. I thought that was a good angle. Okay, then he goes, you a fraud. When was you in trial? Meaning you talk all this stuff in your bars and stuff, but you never been in trial, you never been in trouble. Okay, and then he going, other than that charge as a juvenile, meaning other than GOODZ having a juvenile crime charge, you never been in trouble for real. The struggle rap, you struggle rap not because you was in the struggle for real. So he's basically saying that you struggle rap, meaning you saying that you did this, you popped this, you did the drug stuff and made all this money, but you was never really in that struggle for real. Then he say he struggle rap because his raps I gotta struggle to feel. So he's saying all this stuff, but I gotta struggle to feel his bars, to hear the stuff that he's saying. Next bar. Nigga, I can knuckle for real. If we strap, okay, nigga, I can knuckle for real. If we scrap, is a rap. I start punching off the top. I got rebuttals for real. Your chick a thought. She licked the cop, then gave scar to my man. Had 4 balls in her hand. She got juggling skills. But stop by your spot to cuddle and chill. That's what you like, yo? The type hoe to go suck dick then kiss you goodnight, yo? So he's saying that he could knuckle for real, meaning he could fight. If we scrap, it's a rap. I start punching off the top. I got rebuttals for real. So when you fight, you punch. And also in battle rap, you can punch. Punch when it comes to bars, because he said I got rebuttals for real. Okay? And then he's talking about GOODZ chick and how GOODZ chick was, over his man's house and gave his man, fellatio, had his balls in his hand and all this stuff. And that's another point. That's going to my point that I stated earlier. Battle rap is fake. Do you really believe that GOODZ's girlfriend was with Cassidy friends and giving them head and juggling his balls and all that stuff? This is a part of battle rap. He's just battle rapping GOODZ. So of course that's not real. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't like it when fans come on my page, Cassidy fans, and saying, oh, well, Goods took this angle he used the same angle as Disaster used. So what? All battle rappers use the same angle. What about the angle about K-Shine dealing with trannies? All battle rappers use that angle, but they'll use it in a different way. What about the angle when they use about A-Verb, mother being gay? A lot of people use that angle, but they use it in a different way. T-Top, okay, his mother giving somebody fellatio. People use that in a different way. You know, New Jersey Twerk, him about to be NWX, and then that only lasted for a few hours. Mad battle rappers use that as an angle, but they use it in a different way. So my point is that every battle rapper may use the same angles, but it's how you use it, how creative you are with the angles, and how good it lands in the building. Alright, so that's just my point when he was talking about Good's girlfriend giving somebody else top and juggling their balls and all this stuff. Next bar. I'm psycho, Scarface with the white nose. Go ahead and twist it. Okay, let me start all over. I'm psycho, Scarface with the white nose. Go ahead and get it twisted. I get extensions, micros. Push my button. I'm the type to let it off. Typos. Send the wrong message. I get the strap like dyke holes. Young M.A. I'm heated. My gun will spray because that's my life goal. So this was in the OK bar. He mentioned Scarface, that movie Scarface. Remember that was a gangster movie, and he was hooked on coke, and he would have the white nose. He said, go ahead, get it twisted. I get extensions, micro. Go ahead, don't get it twisted because I get extensions, talking about the gun, micro. But of course with females, when we get our extensions, which is fake hair, braiding hair, it could be micro braids or whatever, okay? And then he goes, push my button. You know when they say, don't push my buttons, don't make me mad. I'm the type to let her off. Let her off could be let the gun go off, okay? Typos. Send the wrong message, I get the strap like dicos. The strap is also could be a gun. Dicos, dykes are those manly looking gay women. And then because he said young M.A. Young M.A. is a manly looking gay woman. I'm heated, my gun will spray because my life go. Alright, so now we going to the next bar. He had a long rounds, y'all. That's why I had to break it up because his rounds is dumb long. You ever seen a dead body hanging from the light pole? What type shows or concerts have you ever done? Sing out loud one of your singles the crowd has ever sung. Cheddar come to cats that's clever and I was never dumb. But when you talk that real shit, you gotta deal with whatever come. Another pretty nice angle. He's basically saying, what songs have you done? What concerts have you sold out? What have you done? Now he's using that kind of angle. Okay, he even said, have you seen a dead body hanging from the light pole? Meaning I go through real shit. I see real shit. Have you seen this? Okay, what type of shows or concerts have you done? Sing out loud to the crowd what songs you ever sung. Then he says, cheddar comes to cats that's clever and I was never done. Cheddar can be money. But I hate when he keeps saying cats. That's an old school term. You could say dog. People still say, what up, dog? But people don't say, what up, cats? Or them cats this or them cats that. Okay, so he still have that old, style lingo. Next bar. Have you ever brung some drip from a different continent to the U.S. knowing you fresh because you getting compliments? It's common sense. I got confidence off the strip I'm grinding. And since they say time money, I got sense of timing. So he's basically continuing all the things that he's done. You ever brung drip? Of course, drip is meaning ice or jewelry from a different continent. He's basically saying he go to all these different continents and some stuff. Then he keeps riding consonants, compliments, common sense, confidence. He has this rhyme pattern that I see he does a lot. And that's from the old school battle rap. So he's just basically saying he do all of this stuff, comparing the stuff that he do to what Goods is doing. Next bar. And he continues it. I went from the Diamond District trying to find a watch to out Sierra Leone where the diamond shops diamond shop. The crowd starts booing because it's getting redundant. It's starting to get a little boring because it's like he's just rapping. It's like he's on a beat just rapping, talking about all the places that he's ever been and all the stuff that he's ever done. So now the crowd is getting bored. Now, when he say to out Sierra Leone, that's a country in West Africa. So he's basically talking about all the places he's been, the countries and continents that he's seen. Next bar. Your mama thought, I heard she got herpes, her vagina hot. A rubber probably make like $20 if he pawn your watch. On designer yachts, I stayed for days on the water. Blaze Chiba with Lisa Ray, sip rosé with Kimora. I'm a modern day explorer. I travel around the earth twice. My father time and my mother nature. I know my birthright. This is a continuation for all the stuff that he's doing. He's been on a yacht with he's saying he blazed Chiba. Chiba is an old school term. They don't say Chiba no more. They say bud, they say weed, you know what I'm saying? But he says blaze Chiba, which is an old school term with Lisa Ray. Lisa Ray is a celebrity. He sipped rosé with Kimora. Kimora is that model who used to be married to one of those top Russell Simmons. Okay, so he's basically saying all the stuff he's doing. He's been around the world. He's smoked weed with Lisa Ray. He slipped rosé with Kimora. Just basic stuff that you could say in a regular rap song. This is battle rap. He's supposed to be battle rapping, and he's not doing it now. Next bar. I've been a winner since my first fight. I want to smoke like a weed farm. He only squeezed arms when his shirt's tight. Nina was my first wife. It was love at first sight. She never bust before till I finger fucked her the first night. So I actually like this bar. He's saying he's always been a winner since his first fight. Like he had fights and always won. I want to smoke like a weed farm. He only squeezed arms when his shirt twice. Now, when they say squeeze arms, of course that means squeeze a gun. Because you know, even a part of one of our laws is the right to bear arms. So when they say you have the right to bear arms, you have the right to carry a pistol. That's a part of our Constitution right. So when he says he only squeezed arms when his shirt tight, when his shirt is tight, you know, he's just saying his arms are only tight and, you know, in the shirt. You know, he's squeezing it to get into the shirt instead of him squeezing the arm, squeezing the gun. Because then he says, Nina was my first wife. And you know, Nina is referred to a gun. It was love at first sight. She never bust before till I finger fucked her, meaning till he pulled that trigger her first night. So I like that bar. I like how he compared it to a female and finger fucking her, pulling the trigger, and how GOODZ only squeeze arms, you know, when he's going into a shirt. But squeeze arms, of course, means squeezing that trigger. So that was a good bar I like. Next bar. It's like you living your worst life. Congratulations. It's aggravating not having what you imagine making. But when you this hot, you ain't gotta have an imagination. To imaginations of niggas shot as they sit and watch. Yo, did you ever go to Dubai where the camels at? Okay, before I go into that, the crowd starts booing when he say this bar. It's like you living your worst life. Congratulations. It's aggravating not having what you imagine making. But when you this hot, you ain't gotta have an imagination. To imaginations of niggas shot as they sit and watch. And then the crowd starts booing. He goes, hold up, hold up. Let me get some water. Let me get some water. Okay, so he's just rambling basically. Now it's the next bar. Yo, did you ever go to Dubai where the camels at and get a chick with a camel toe to ride a camel's back? Or fly to Dubai where they wear turbans and sandals at? I've been in the streets. Went from middle school to the Middle East. I've been to Greece, Paris, and been to Rome too. For checks, I just call and collect like the jail phones do. So again, he's talking about all the places he traveled to, all the things he's been, and how he went to the Middle East, and he went to Dubai. I know I probably pronounced it wrong, okay? And you know, in the desert in Dubai, they have camels. But then he said, you ever took a chick with a camel toe? You know what a camel toe is? and ride a camel's back. Like he just keeps saying camel, camel, camel. You know, and we know what a camel toe is, basically the print of a female's vagina. Okay, so he just talking about all the places that he been, and at the end he says, for checks I just call and collect like jail phones do. So we know when we call somebody who's in jail, okay, you call and collect. You know, so it's just basic, you know, and the crowd was not feeling it. The crowd was booing him because it's just, you know, him rapping. He's just rapping. Right now, he's not really battle rapping. He's just rapping, talking about the places that he's been. Next bar. You lost to Ice, Jerome, and lost to Rome too. Don't lose your cool because you got a daughter to make it home to. And home's you. Go to Chinese stores for fried rice. Me, I fly fights and stay in China for 5 nights. I'm high price. I'm a paper toucher. I blew cake. Promoters try to rush us to Russia to do a few dates. The crowd started talking real loud, y'all, and the crowd started getting restless. I'm not going to lie. As I was, you know, listening to Cassidy bars, I was even getting bored. Like, I just couldn't wait till he finished, you know, his round, because he doesn't know how to really capture the crowd and capture the people's attention. It's just like he's just rapping. He's not saying nothing to make the crowd ooh and ah. You know how the crowd start erupting if you say something fire. They're like ooh. Like he don't have no bars that did that. So it's just silence. Like you could tell that the crowd was trying to show Cassidy respect, being that this is his return battle, you know, and they just trying to show him respect. And a lot of people was there to see Cassidy and excited to see him, especially after the stuff that he was talking. So they was trying their best to give him the respect, but because he wasn't saying nothing that would rock the crowd and get the crowd really interested and excited, they start talking, acting like he ain't rapping. They start getting reckless. You hear people booing, all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's just started getting very boring, basically. So again, he's talking about him going to China, going 5 flights and staying in China for 5 nights. I'm high price. I'm a paper toucher. I blew cake, meaning he blew money. Promoters trying to rush us to Russia to do a few dates, meaning that promoters try to get him to do some shows in Russia for a few dates. He just rapping, not battle rapping. Next bar. You only flew to a few states. I flew to Kuwait, then had some shows in Iraq. For the dough, I'll fly back. They let me fly strapped. Long gap at my thighs. I was at Saddam's house not long after he died. Crowd starts booing again, because he's still talking about all the places he went. He flew to Kuwait, and then he only flew for a few states, talking about goods. Okay, I'm saying that they let him fly with a strap on the plane. Okay, his gap was on his thighs, meaning his gun. I was at Saddam's house not long after he died, meaning he went to the Middle East where Saddam, Hussein lives, not long after he died. He's not really saying nothing, saying something directly that's gonna say something towards goods. He's not really saying battle rapping towards goods, basically. So the crowd was booing. Next bar. I'm the best rapper alive, and that's not for debate. Why you slimming down? Now the crowd, Snack had to tell the crowd, hold it down, hold it down, because the crowd started booing, especially when he said, I'm the best rapper alive, and that's not for debate. Why you slimming down? Because I got in shape. I'm not going to hate, but you was real fat. You dropping some weight, but why your cheeks still fat? What, you got some butt shots in your face? The crowd started booing even louder, y'all. Like, come on, do y'all really think that's fire? Why your cheeks so still fat? What, you got some butt shots in your face? Like, that's not fire. That's elementary bars, y'all. I'm just being honest. And I'm being unbiased, and I'm being truthful and honest. I told y'all what bars I thought was pretty nice, what angles I thought were good, what bars I thought was pretty good. But I'm also telling y'all what bars I felt like was elementary, not good. The fact that he's not no longer battle rapping goods, he's just rapping. Okay, I'm just keeping it real with y'all. Alright, so now this is the last bar. Nigga, get hit with the butt, then shot in your face. This not a multiple choice, getting body the only option to take. You don't stand a chance. The cameraman got it on tape. This a homie. Remember that thing that Johnny Cochran faced? You should have quit it. I got the juice. Admit it. I'm dope, bitch. I'm the GOAT. Now spit that stupid shit that you wrote. Time. Now the crowd start booing him. The crowd just starts booing him. Okay, so he said nigga get hit with the butt, then shot in the face. So he mean the butt of the gun. Okay. This is not multiple choice. Getting bodied is the only option that you take. Okay, you don't stand a chance. The cameraman got it on tape. Okay, this is a homie. Remember that thing that Johnny Cochran faced? Johnny Cochran was the famous lawyer in the OJ trial. Then he said you should have quit it, but that's a play on words for acquitted. Okay, you should stop, or you should have just quit it. I got the juice. Admit it. I'm dope, bitch. I'm the GOAT. Now spit that stupid shit that you wrote. Time. So he wasn't really saying much, y'all. He was just rapping. A lot of Cassidy bars are just raps that can be used on anybody. He was just rapping. But I must say Cassidy has potential. I see that he knows how to scheme. Okay, so if he keeps continuing to study other battle rappers, perfect his craft, I'm pretty sure he will get better. All right? So now we're going to GOODZ. Now, before GOODZ start his round, this last round, round 3, he says, wake up, make some fucking noise. Because I'm telling y'all, the crowd was dead. After Cassidy's third round, the crowd was so bored. The crowd was dead. They were just tired. So GOODZ is trying to wake them up. Wake up, make some motherfucking noise. Turn up. He even says, I ain't dealing with no dead crowd. I ain't dealing with no dead crowd. Wake up, turn the fuck up. So GOODZ had to get the crowd excited and revamped, so to speak, again, because they was dead. Now, here he go. Damn, homie. In 06, you was the man, homie, until that car crash happened to you. After that car crash, you was rapping about God, Cass. Then went right back to rapping hard, Cass, with your fraud ass. It was another rapper that turned to God from Harlem. Oh, forget it. You's a hypocrite. Face the shit. I guess you blind to the fact, but it's obvious your eyes had mace in it. So I thought that was fire, because we know back in the days when Cassidy was out in the early 2000s, Bad Boy was, killing it in the early 2000s too. Okay, and Mace, who's a rapper, was a part of Bad Boy. But his point in this bar is that Mace is from Harlem. Okay, he was a rapper, and he also turned to God after, something bad happened to him. And the same thing with Cassidy. Cassidy is a rapper. When something bad happened to Cassidy, Cassidy also turned to God. Okay, so I just thought this was an okay bar. I'm giving an unbiased review. I'm not favoring GOODZ over Cassidy. I'm letting y'all know what's okay, what I thought was good, or whatever. So I just thought that was an okay bar. Next bar. You delusional. I hate this shit. I've been cooking, giving orders in this game for the last 12 years. And y'all just waiting for me to leave it like a waitress tip. You fake ass shit. Cassidy, take the brick, make it flip. You's a good actor. I had coke so potent you had to rap her good. You just always been a good rapper. Another okay bar to me. Okay, so he's basically saying that Cassidy is delusional and that he's GOODZ himself, been in the game for 12 years, cooking shit, meaning, doing good in battles, cooking niggas in battles, okay, and how y'all just waiting for him to leave like a waitress tip. Thought that was just an okay bar. You know how people leave a waitress a tip, okay, saying Cassidy is fake, take a brick and make it flip. So he's saying that you saying all this stuff, why don't you take a brick and really make that shit flip, meaning flip the money off of this brick of coke or brick of drugs or whatever. You's a good actor, meaning all that shit you was saying in your promo, you just acting. I had coke so potent, you had to rap her good. So, coke, you rap coke, the brick of coke, and coke could be very potent, meaning that if you sniff it or whatever, you get really, really high. That's the potency of drugs. And you rap goods. Goods could be coke, it could be, goods could be food or whatever. You just always been a good rapper. So it was just okay. Next bar. For instance, if I say I run where I'm from, it's because I gave orders for them to clap it. They ask you about Gilly running Philly, you say how? What's records he got out? There you go, still thinking about rapping. So he's basically saying that Cassidy mind, he's always in the rapping state of mind. Okay, if somebody asks Cassidy about Gilly, who's from Philly, Cassidy would say, "Oh, what records he got?" Instead of talking about, you know, what Gilly's done and, you know, the stuff that Gilly is into, whether that's drugs or violence or whatever. And when they say he running Philly, meaning he, you know, he's the shot caller of Philly, basically doing crimes or whatever. Next bar. These other niggas from Philly, they official. You try that shit with Gilly, he wasn't playing with you. You try that shit with Meek, he wasn't playing with you. You dropping diss records, these niggas ain't playing with you. You backstab A.A., the only nigga that's spraying for you. So he's basically saying that you play too much, telling Cassidy, you play too much. These Philly niggas like Gilly, who's from Philly, Meek from Philly, you know, you saying all these dissing them in your diss songs, but they ain't playing with you because they some real shot callers, some real killers basically. And how he backstabbed Ab, you know, A.R. Ab, who recently got indicted. Okay, he's also from Philly, and he was affiliated with Meek, Gilly, and Cassidy back in those days. And he was allegedly a shot caller, okay, or a hitter. Okay, so he's saying that's the only nigga that's spraying for you. Now, before I continue, I just want to make another point. Okay, it may not be true that AI was the only nigga spraying for Cassie, or it just may, because back in the early 2000s, remember Cassie had caught a gun charge along with Ab and, you know, a lot of other niggas from Philly. So it still could be true. Okay, but at that time Ab did get off. They had insufficient evidence. Okay, and he didn't really know Ab, Meek, and Gilly and all of them, and they really were affiliated with each other. Okay, so that angle could be true or not true, but the point of the matter is that this is battle rap, so things can be exaggerated, but as long as it hit, if it hit hard and land in the building, it don't matter if it's fake or not. It's still just battle rap. Next bar. ... These workers ain't official. I was taught the ball through the foul play because you can't take it with you. Full of whirlos through the air holes on the tech and make it whistle. So he's basically saying they ain't official. Okay, he know what to do with a tech because they still throw air holes on the tech and make it whistle. Okay, so he's talking about a Tech 9, a gun, and you make it whistle. Okay, but he's basically saying they don't know what to do with it. Next bar. You know what I hate about rap? You could be whoever you think. Like Cass ain't really sell no drugs. That's just an image he paint. Well, I could supply you if this nigga can't. Yeah, he made some rap money, but I made some street money. Let's hit the bank. So he's just basically saying, okay, that Cassidy rap about the things he done, about selling drugs and all that stuff, but he really don't do that same thing in the street. And he's comparing to what he do. If you need some supply, I could get it for you. Okay? Yeah, he made some rap money, meaning he made money rapping about all the crimes and the drugs that he sell, but I really made the street money. Let's hit the bank. And I could show you how much I made by selling and really doing it in the street. So you talk about it, I'll be about it. That's basically what he's saying. Next bar. In battle rap, I'm a fucking legend though. What the fuck you niggas think? Only artist to drink while he working, I turn this shit to sipping pain. I'm talking honestly. Stay in your lane. Don't get out of line with me, or it's a drive-by. My nigga Blow sponsored a ride with me. I thought that was a fire bar. Now, I must admit, GOODZ to me started out slow, but after this bar, he picked it up, and everything after that was hitting. He started off slow, just okay bars, but now he really started to pick it up in this round. So in this bar, I really like this bar. He said, I'm a fucking legend, meaning he been in the game for a minute now, still doing it. What you niggas think? I'm the only artist to drink while he working, meaning he the only artist to go on stage holding that Hennessy cup in every battle. I turned this shit to sipping pain. I thought that was fire. Remember that song a while ago? It was by Filthy Rich featuring the Jacka and Joe Blow. Rest in peace to Jacka. Okay, so he had that song called "Sip My Pain Away." So I thought that was fire. Then he said, "I'm talking honestly." And 50 Rich had another song called "I'm Just Being Honest." So that's another hot line. "Stay in your lane, don't get out of line with me," or "It's a drive-by, my nigga Blow sponsored a ride with me." Blow, okay, in that song by Filthy Rich, "Sip My Pain Away," featuring the Jacka and featuring Joe Blow, he mentioned Blow. "It's a drive-by, my nigga Blow sponsored a ride with me," and Blow had a song called "Ride With Me." All right, so that bar was fire. Next bar. Y'all saw the movie Venom, right? Well, the Spider-Man swing, I ain't the same person when that monster come out of me. Slide up on him with a big round like I'm in a driver's seat. He try to block, I blast a shot through his Apple Watch. He ain't had no time for me. He didn't have no time to speak. I'm going to say it again. Y'all saw the movie Venom, right? Well, the Spider-Man swing, I ain't the same person when that monster come out of me. Slide up on him with a big round like I'm in a driver's seat. He try to block, I blast a shot through his Apple Watch. He ain't have no time to speak. So I thought that was another fire bar. Now, the movie Venom, of course, the Marvel comics got to do with Spider-Man. So I like when he said, well, despite a man's swing, that was a play on words for Spider-Man. Okay, so I thought that was fire. He said, I slide up on him with a big round could be a gun, big round when in a driver's seat. He tried to block, I blast a shot through his Apple Watch. He tried to block, Cassidy tried to block the shot, but GOODZ blasted it through his Apple Watch. He ain't have no time to speak, and a watch tells time. Next bar. I want to say free ad. A nigga that showed you respect from the gate, my love go out to him. Because I really know how this shit go when they catching you with weight. Question, did you even check on his case? Put some money on his books, give him some extra bread? That's crazy. The same nigga that would have killed for you, you left for dead. That's crazy. So that bar hit hard. That was like a haymaker in the building. Okay, so again, you know, Ab is affiliated in Philly. He was, you know, cool with Cass back in those days. Ab caught a case. Okay, so he's asking Cassidy, have you checked on him? And when he kept saying, asking him these questions, did you even check on his case? You hear people in the crowd saying, no. Put some money on his books, give him some extra bread? No. You hear people in the crowd saying, that's crazy. Same nigga that would have killed for you, you left him dead. I thought that was fire. Now, people in my comments from the last breakdown I did, oh, well, he used the same angle as that disaster. Like I said earlier, every battle rapper may use the same angles, but it's how you use it, okay, if you're creative with it and if it really lands in the building. Oh, then somebody else say, oh, but AR Ab and Cassie wasn't cool after a while. They wasn't even friends after a while. So how could GOODZ expect AR Ab to be a shooter or be there, for Cassie to be there for Ab when they wasn't cool after a while? So what? This is battle rap. It could be a little exaggerated. It might be true that they wasn't cool for a while. But so what? This is battle rap. Everything in battle rap is not true. They don't have big machine guns. My gun, remember what Cassidy said in his first round? My gun's so big it could lift up a hippo and an elephant or whatever. Do Cassidy really got a gun that big? No. Okay, but the fact of the matter that AR Ab, Meek, Gilly, and all of them used to be cool with each other. They all from Philly, okay, and it's true about AR Ab being locked up now, okay, it's true about, and we know Cassidy haven't been, even if they're not friends, it still hit hard because Cassidy really didn't send him anything, really didn't check up on him or nothing. So that was a fire angle from GOODZ. Even if it's not true, this is battle rap and that's still a fire angle. Next bar. You look sick, Cass. You look sick. I'm saying what everybody is thinking too. I don't know if you're doing drugs or you caught something, but you look like popping pills and unprotected sex is not the thing to do. So, you know, it was a simple bar, but it's still hitting the building. People were still laughing at it because Cassidy did lose a lot of weight. Cassidy lost a whole lot of weight, and then on top of that, he was there's allegations out there with him dealing with transgenders, okay? And we know that, you know, a lot of them have diseases like AIDS or whatever, okay? And then all of a sudden, Cassidy slimmed down so quickly. So he's basically saying that you look sick, you must have something, or you must have had unprotected sex, and that's how you had something or whatever. So he had the people laughing, and it hit hard in the building. This battle been a highlight of your career for the past few years. Taking me with something you was in need to do. Acting like you came back because you want to rap. Nigga, you took this battle because you needed to. Now, it may not be true. Maybe Cassidy do have money still got money saved up. But it do seem like it though, you know, because Cassidy has not been in battle rap for, you know, regularly like Hitman Holla do and, you know, like Charlie Clips do. Even though they making tons of money and Wild 'N Out, they still regularly in battle rap. And Cassidy isn't. So even if it's not true, even if Cassidy still got millions and still got a lot of money, it's still a good angle to use. This is battle rap. Everything don't have to be totally true. And it's still hitting the building. 5,001-0. We would love to see the proof. Fuck the crowd. I'm talking to Barry and Adrian Reese right now. On this stage, it's just me and you. I was gonna DNA him, but I'ma let him keep his tooth. I thought that was fire. It hit hard in the building. Everybody loved that bar. We know DNA, who also is a battle rapper, has a missing tooth. But I think he did get his tooth, like an implant, done. But for a long time, for years, he had a gap in between his tooth. And Barry Adrian Reese is Cassidy's real name. So he's basically saying 5,001-0, yeah, right. I would love to see the proof, because we all know that the footage is not out on 5001, okay? And then he's basically saying, I was gonna DNA him, meaning I'm gonna punch him and knock his tooth out, but I'm gonna let him keep his tooth. Next bar. Instead, this chrome I'm using, don't abuse him. His head gonna need home improvement when he leave with a leaking roof. I'm the hustler, coat spot, backyards with a weed group. Me and Swifts got something in common. I would've left my bitch for some keys too. So I thought that was another fire haymaker bar. So when he said, instead this chrome I'm using, instead this gun I'm using, don't abuse him, abusing him on his head gonna need home improvement. Remember that show, Home Improvement, back in the day? And it had to do with him fixing up the home and fixing up roofs and stuff. So he said his head gonna need home improvement when he leave with a leaking roof. But of course in a bar he mean his head gonna need home improvement when he leave with a leaking roof, meaning leaking blood out of his head. Okay, so that was a fire bar. I'm the hustler, meaning he's the real hustler. He got cold spots, backyards with a weed grow, talking about himself. I'm the real hustler because I got real cold spots. I got weed grow in backyard. Me and Swizz got something in common. He's talking about Swiss Beats. I would have left my bitch for some keys too. But of course he mean kilos of cocaine, but Swiss Beats is married to Alicia Keys. And remember that whole scandal with Alicia Keys supposedly stole Swiss Beats from Mashonda, his former wife. So I thought that was fire. I would have left my bitch for some keys too, but of course he meant kilos. Not Alicia Keys, but kilos of coke. So that's an example of what I meant, a fire bar, a room shaker, a haymaker. Cassidy didn't have these kind of bars in none of his rounds. He didn't have bars where the crowd was like, ooh, ooh, and like coming out their seats and like clapping, and you know, he didn't have like fire bars like that, y'all. Next bar. This shit gonna be hard to shake like family debt. Wait, I'm at the end of my third round and I ain't talk about that training yet. Smack. I think you wanted Cash Raps to beat my shit. Think about it. URL brought this battle to ATL. A nigga who fucks trainees in a state that come the highest gave pop you. Y'all motherfuckers think y'all slick. So the crowd by this time is chanting 3-0, 3-0. So he basically telling I'm telling URL, Smack and Beezy and them is like, y'all wanted me to die. Y'all wanted me to lose to Cassidy. Why would y'all book us in ATL when y'all know Cassidy is, have the allegations of him dealing with trainees, and most gay people do live in ATL. They have the highest rate of lesbian gays, in ATL. So he's like, y'all motherfuckers think y'all slick talking to Smack and Beasley and that. So that was funny, and the crowd loved it. Next bar. Well, I'm going to give y'all something to think about. Let's let the trainee talk for himself. I'm going to go bring him out. So by this time, GOODZ is acting like he's going to get someone from the back of the stage. And Cass is looking shook up there. So he points to Cass. He's like, oh, look at K. He almost shit on himself. If I would have brought that trainee out, you wouldn't know what to do, nigga. What the fuck I look like talking to a trainee? I ain't you, nigga. That situation ain't no play. You ain't gay. But you gay. And people in the crowd was even saying, you gay. And they laughing at it and everything. That hit hard. Stuff like that in battle rap, people like to see. They want to be performed. They want to see performance, and they want to see something that's going to capture them and make them interesting. So a lot of battle rappers do that. They have props, so they act like they're going to use a prop and, just to get a reaction from their opponent. That's very common in battle rap. Next bar. That trainee would have popped out like, hey, Cass, remember me? I don't know if y'all know this, but it's a lot of gay niggas in the industry. It ain't nothing wrong with it. Just own it. Don't try to fight it. Have a talk with yourself, Cass, like, I fucked a man and I liked it. He had the crowd laughing. Next bar. Instead, you want to be tough. You done lost yourself from all this damn acting, paying to fuck men. Man, I bet you went broke from all those transactions. Fire. Haymaker bar that hit hard. Okay, because we know transgender. Okay, he said you went broke from all those transactions. Okay, meaning you fucking transgenders, transactions. Okay, fire bar. And then of course at the end he says his slogan, $150 bubble his face and his skin. If I don't like him, that's when the trouble waiting to begin. Suffocate him till he dies, then suffocate him again. Tell this nigga why GOODZ always drinking when he battle. Cause he's already celebrating his win. Okay, so that concludes the third round. GOODZ did start off a little slow in the third round, but he picked it up, and after he picked it up, everything was hitting hard. He had a lot of haymakers in that third round, and they was feeling him, okay? So Cassidy had more people. Okay, I wrote down some notes that I keep seeing in my comments. So one of the people said, Cassidy had more bars over jokes. Y'all act like GOODZ didn't have any bars. I just read all the bars that GOODZ had. I even explained them and broke them down. So GOODZ had an overall package. GOODZ was funny, GOODZ had personal scheme, and he had bars. Okay, and it's not even battle rap is about bars. Of course GOODZ had bars, or he wouldn't have spit any bars in his rounds. So that's not even true. Okay, and another thing people say, GOODZ had fake personals. Okay, I already explained that about every battle rapper has fake personals. Okay, battle rapping is fake. I already explained that. Okay, crowd was biased. How they show they didn't show him love. That's not true, because when Cassidy first of all, Cassidy even said himself, I sold out the venue. People come to see me. Okay, so people was there to see you. They did show you mad love in your first round. They let you rock in your first round. But when that second round came, they even let you rock your first few bars. But after a while, they just wasn't feeling Cassidy's material, and they started booing him a lot. So you can't say that. You can't say that the audience or the crowd was being unbiased, because why did they show him love the first round as soon as he walked on the stage? Okay, and they was really trying to be respectful while he was spitting his bars. Okay. All right, so Cassidy just looked defeated. You could tell that he knew he lost. Okay, then they said, oh, GOODZ took the same angle as Disaster. I explained that, how a lot of battle rappers use the same angles, but it's the way they use it. They may use it in a different way. They say a different bar with the angles, and as long as they still hit hard in the building, it don't matter if that angle was used before. So before I end this, I also wanted to say, bars is all. Cassidy could have had more bars than GOODZ. That could be true, but did the bars land? It's all about punch. Yeah, he could have been punching. He had a lot more punches, but just like in a fight, you could fight, you could punch, but did your fist land? Did it land? Okay, was it a good fight? No. Cassidy bars were, a lot of his bars was just plain okay. Okay, and I'm not being biased, I'm just stating facts. A lot of his bars were elementary. It felt like battle rap 101, and the bars was just okay. A lot of his punches did not land. Either the crowd booed his punches or they were very silent in the crowd. Okay, so it's not about you having more bars than your opponent. It's about whether your bars landed or not. And Cassidy, a lot of his bars did not land. Most of GOODZ bars landed, and GOODZ had more overall stuff, not just bars. He also was funny. He also had personals when he talked about AR, okay? He also had personals. All right, so that's all. I know this blog is long, but this is it. I'm done. I ain't talking about Cassidy, y'all no more, and now I will move on to my prediction blogs. Y'all have a good day. Later.